Alrighty, so we've just arrived down at Bibra Lake salvage yard. Just going to go take a look, see what different types of species we can find. Probably just some jarrah and some marri. Maybe some carry, not too sure, don't know what they have. But let's go and see what they have, and yeah, we'll go from there. Let's build some cool shit. Let's go. So we managed to find some nice old marri that'll clean up really nice after being the surfacer, and this nice bit of jarrah. So let's see how we go, see if we can find another accent, different colour to make a nice butcher block. Let's go. So as you will tell in a second, it all went pretty south trying to use this new sled. So we didn't predict this, but it's part of learning the new process of trying to do something new. So yeah. Alright, so before we even begin planning anything, I had to make this sled board to flatten this piece. You can notice the shims under there. That'll keep it flat so we can get a flat surface on the top. There's also one on this side as well. Just keeps it from rocking side to side. Tried this before and the shims actually fell out, so this is the first time I'm using this sled, so bear with me, but we should work it out. Let's go. So this is what's happening. I even super glued the front so this stopped happening, but it's actually sliding out, which is the whole purpose of the planer, is to actually grab the board and feed it through. So I'm gonna have to make another one of these shims, put it at the front here, super glue the shims down just so they can't move, maybe even a block that is shorter than the depth of that. So yeah, let's figure it out. Right, we'll let this dry a little bit. That ain't moving, so I'm hoping that this will stay in place now. Third go lucky.
I can't sleep for dreaming. I wanna tear down the walls. Maybe we could blame the city. Maybe we could blame the heat. Maybe I could take the feeling.
So it's done alright, but to tell you the truth, I'm not exactly happy with the results. Whether that's from my mishap or whether it's the jointer itself, the planer or thicknesser, whatever you want to call it. Whether the blades are uneven, but I just changed around the blades the other day, so I'm confused as to why it's doing that. So I'm gonna have to figure that out, to tell you the truth, to get a flat board. Right, so I think I figured it out. I'm much happier. There's no little jumps in it. So all I had to do was just remove these shims from over there. Kind of leveled it out. And yeah, so what we're going to do now is flip the board, take the sled out, do the other side of the board, and then we can move on to the jarrah. Alright, so we tried, we took it off the sled and we put it on a flat piece of wood, etc. And it was still rocking, so think the problem was that we needed more shims. So what I went ahead and done was I went and bought some high temp hot glue sticks. These are going to be way easier to remove than the super glue, as you can see. But yeah, I've just run a bead at the start over the shims, at the end, and then once again shims on this side. And there's no more play left to right, so I'm hoping that this time we'll be able to get it 100% flat. So let's see.
Let it wash over me. Sometimes it's just a moment.
So as you can tell in this video, the same thing happened with the Jarrah board, and it slowly slid out. So we had to fix it again, put more shims in and go again.
Sometimes it stays the night, and I can't always say what it feels like. And I know when it feels right for a big, dumb, love-struck feeling to come along and swallow me whole. To come along and swallow me whole.
Alright, so all in all, today was pretty, I don't know, it was okay, but it was annoying. As is always, learning new things to do, learning new ways to do stuff can be frustrating, trying to learn new things, because it's just a lot of study, it's a lot of trial and error, and it takes, you know, a full day. I had a pretty bad start to the day. I had an appointment in the morning and stuff like that, so I didn't get to start until around, 11 o'clock. So the rest of the day was just used trying to get boards flat. So that's how it can be pretty frustrating pretty quick. And yeah, I looked at the boards after I put them on some flat, some flat wood afterwards, and we found out that the boards aren't even flat. So I pretty much just wasted 5 hours of my day trying to get flat boards. Now, you can do this, and I know that people do it all the time. They use planers to, do it, and they use sleds, and they do it successfully. I just can't work it out yet. I'm tempted to even go and use my friend's jointer, where it's just a blade, and you run it across it, and the bottom just becomes flat automatically. So I think that's going to be a way easier way to do it, to tell you the truth, because planers are only supposed to be used when there's only one flat side on the bottom. When you have a flat side on the bottom, then it will cut parallel to that bottom on the top. But if you don't have a base flat spot on the bottom of, on the base of the board, it just becomes incredibly hard to actually do the top and the bottom and get them parallel and equal and flat. And that's the whole reason why there's a jointer, but money is everything, and new tools cost money. So we're trying to figure ways around it, but hopefully I can use my mate's jointer tomorrow, because we have a planned power outage. So tomorrow, unfortunately, I'm not even going to be able to do any work, because the power's out until 8, until 4 or 3 or something. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to get anything done tomorrow, which kind of sucks, but these things happen. So hopefully I can get the boards flattened out on my mate's jointer, and then we can go from there. So day one all wrapped up. So follow along for part 2, because there's probably going to be a fair few parts to this video of just trying to figure out how to do a butcher block, or a chopping block, or a chopping board, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's technically a chopping board, and it's simple, but yeah, these things happen. It takes time to learn things. This is my first chopping board ever, so I'm happy to learn the process, and I know that once I get it nailed down, we'll have it stuff. So cheers for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.